for you as well. Kevin Walsh, Gabe Morency. Gabe, how you feeling, man? Again, getting closer and closer. I think it's starting to work. I think you're starting to get me to, like, get excited about these FCS games. I know absolutely nothing about, but the buzz is real, man.
Yeah, I can't lie, Kevin. I was super excited for all these FCS games for the last couple of weeks. And now when the time has come to actually put my money down and click, I'm like, man, really? Huh? Like, this is a tough game. This is a weird spot. But we're going to find some spots. Listen, it's almost as if, though, that, you know, NFL preseason as well rapidly approaching for people who want to get involved with that, Kevin. But there's so many games and just sort of like things that it's like the last night. All right, tomorrow we'll get after it with college football, but we've got big baseball games tonight. And another sort of very anticlimactic night in the WNBA, isn't it? I know you weren't impressed with the card last night. We did go 2-0, everyone on the show last night. We told you the Mystics and we told you the over. Cash them both. Mystics have been good to us. But tonight, you know, dude, you got Golden State laying 13.5 points in one game, and you've got the Tank Fest in the late night game tonight. That's the card tonight.
Not good. Not good. The WNBA, I noticed this, and again, I may get involved with that Storm Tempo game, but
you're damn right you're getting involved with the Storm Tempo. You're damn right you. Kevin, like, what team do you know more than almost the Tempo now? Like, I consider you an honorary Tempo fan. Like, come on.
I don't disagree. No, this is what I realized, Gabe, and it's very funny, right? Because there's a lot of teams, like, I dismiss their games. But if you just have, like, one of, like, 7 teams, I'm excited. And, but, like, and the Tempo are one of them. But Tempo Storm, with every Tempo player sitting, is, like, on that cut line, and you know it. Like, it is a little bit on that cut line.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, like, with the with the, and I want to get the exact numbers up here right now, but thing is with the Toronto Tempo, casuals will look and roll their eyes and go, man, they've lost 17 of their last 18 games. Like, and I was reading a game preview today from some, you know, on a respected, you know, WNBA site, and they said, you know, the Tempo are clearly the worst team in the league, and I'm like, are they? They're 12-5 against the spread as an underdog right now. Like, it's like, so are they? It's like, it's one of these, you know, they're bad, they're not winning, but they almost don't want to win as well. And one thing I'm sure you've noticed about this, Kevin, it was unbelievable. So, guys, the Toronto Tempo lack talent, for lack of a better term. You know, let's call it off what it is, right? They don't have any depth. They're an expansion team. Marina Mabry's not a superstar. She hit a bunch of threes this year. You know, she's okay. Sykes sort of rejuvenated. Same thing, scored a bit of points, but it doesn't really matter who's playing. They still go over, and they still score. Like the other night against Vegas, bro, like they had like the back of the bench, but their back of the bench is like Kia Nurse, who's been in the league before. And they score. They're the number 1 over team now officially in the WNBA, the Toronto Tempo. 23-14 to the over on the season. And as far as like the road, it's even crazier on the road. The Toronto Tempo are now officially 14-3, Kevin, to the over.
Yeah,
in 17 road games. 12-5. 12-5 against the spread on the road. 14-3 to the over on the road.
Yeah.
One of the most consistent and best bets in sports.
I remember when you gave is it the Liberty as well, Gabe? Is that the other one? All their road games go over? I think there was
15-4. 15-4 to the over. 79%.
Yeah. So I think that, like, there are some jarring splits that you get in the W that you probably do not get in some other leagues. Let me just ask you quickly here, Gabe, like this Yankees-Astros game is going to get underway. My newly found Mariners got pounded by the Phils earlier today. I was a little disappointed. I was wondering if they could pull off a sweep momentum-wise. I got to tell you, man, I snuck out of there with that Braves money line. Like, I once it went from 3-0 to 3-2, I got a bad vibe. Again, fortunate to sneak out of there with a win. But are you going back to the Dodgers at a better price?
Yeah, I have a choice.
Why am I asking?
And especially too, like, you should know by now too. It's pretty much my favorite pitcher. Like, if I'm getting anyone's jersey, next Dodger jersey, it's Sasaki. I'm gonna get a nice Roku. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, we get value with them, the public perception, and the Dodgers are often overpriced, but it's one of the rare instances when Sasaki pitches, they're a little bit underpriced. Dodgers once again, guys, lost a game in which they tried. Like, they were, like, visibly frustrated after the baseball game last night. Mookie Betts specifically just basically saying, we just can't score. Like, he basically, like, you know what I mean? Like, he was, and Mookie's usually pretty positive, but he was, like, actually frustrated, which I don't mind. You know what I mean? Shows they care, and they're engaged in this. But, dude, they just lost 3 or 4 to Milwaukee before. You don't want to go into Atlanta here and, like, lose this series. And, like, this stuff starts to build a little bit. You want to win some baseball games. You're still jockeying for position. It's a big game tonight, and you're getting the Dodgers at minus 118. I passed on the Blue Jays tonight because I didn't like the price.
Okay.
But I'm curious your take on the Yankees and the Astros because whatever, dude. This is like this is like the Kentucky Derby. There's 20 horses, Kevin, and like for a couple of minutes, oh God, the Guardians are hot. Oh, I like the Tigers. Oh, the Mariners. You know what I mean? Like it's back and forth. Oh, the Blue Jays are hot. I can't get away from the Astros. Like when it's all said and done, that they're that team that's like, yeah, they're not going anywhere, guys. And do you want to play them when it matters? You see it as a Yankee fan. You want to deal with the Astros in a playoff series? No. Right? I've talked about it. They have the pedigree. They have the players. I'm going to ride them again tonight. They were 6-10 coming into the series, Kevin. I can see the Astros going a little bit of a run here right now.
You know, here's what I will absolutely concede. I'd never want to play them. And
you'd rather play the Guardians, the Twins, or like, you know what I mean?
I'll make this very clear. It's not that I'm like, I'd rather play the Dodgers because I can stomach losing to the Dodgers. Right? sometimes things happen in sports. Like
it's a Yankee fan. You know what's crazy though? We lost to them in the World Series. We lost to them in the World Series. It's during that whole saga.
Correct. It's
yet
not
somehow Yankee fans are like really. Yeah, I know, but it's like
because
the Yankee
we
fans
break through and get to the World Series game for like 6
we've
years.
won a bunch of times since. That's why it's like, yeah, all right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like we were kind of getting, and I'm like, we're almost getting like Buffalo Bills a little bit, right?
Do you think he was wearing a buzzer? Was he wearing a buzzer?
Yes, absolutely.
He had to be. Yeah, he had to be.
The excuse that like, oh, my wife didn't like that they showed my tattoo. Come on, dude. Come on. Yeah, right. By the way, I did play the under 9 in the Yankees.
The best part is,
game, just quickly.
When Altuve rounded third base, everyone was waiting at home plate, and you saw he even went. Like, he was like, do not rip my jersey off. He was like Goodfellas. Are you wired up? Yes, I am. If anybody touches me, I'm caught. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, no. Be very careful when you get back. But my whole point is, like, Yankee fans are so, like, into that Astro stuff. And, like, I get it. I'm not, if anyone, he ruined anyone's life, it was you, Darvish. Darvish got lit up in that World Series. And it was always because, it was on the road and stuff. But
do you remember, Gabe, the Aroldis Chapman smile? And in the moment, a lot of Yankee fans thought Chapman didn't care. And then you realize,
that he just knew.
Not true. Yeah, of course he knew. Aroldis Chapman, if he didn't care, he wouldn't still be pitching 10 years later, right? 9 years later. Like, I do think there's just, where there's smoke, there's fire, is how the saying goes. And I know Astro fans are always going to be super protective over it.
I know, and I get it. I totally get it. Listen, the Dodgers, no teams are angels in baseball, okay? I'm going to tell you that right now. No teams.
I think that's fair.
Right. I had Bobby Valentine on this network, actually, and I asked him, it was around like the Red Sox. There was all this stuff. We'll hit it on the other side. It's a really funny story from Bobby V that he told me.
Game live on a Wednesday night. I don't know. Like, this is the life of a sports fan. For some reason now, me, Gabe, the crew, we are all like reminiscing on sporting moments that still bother us. Like, they're just.
Well, I brought up the Astros. I'm sorry I did, and it lit up a firestorm.
It's
George
a
Kurtz, if he's tuning
subject.
in right now, his blood boils. You bring up the Astros, like the level. I said, like the Astros are the Astros the most biggest villains in New York sports? Like, you know, like the Boston Celtics? Not really. Like, it's not, that rivalry's not there, kind of, you know what I mean? Like, who's the most hated? Like, it's the Astros.
We talked about it.
The
The Astros. Remember when the World Baseball Classic was in Houston?
Can't say the Eagles. Hell, the Eagles are more
And they
popular in New
booed
York
Aaron
than the Giants
Judge.
are. Like,
USA were playing in the United States of America,
that's
and
right,
they booed
in Houston.
Aaron Judge.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
it's
no
not
love
like-
lost there either.
One-sided. It's not one-sided. Like, that's the
No,
one
they
thing.
hate New York too.
Yeah, like I do. There are certain sports rivalries that are one-sided, and it's a little like it can be a little embarrassing. Like that one is not. You know what I
San
mean?
Diego and LA?
See, like I think you almost bringing that up. Like I don't think you like.
Was
the
that
Padres. I don't
that
think
like
you like the Padres.
No,
see, you know what I
actually,
mean? Like
I tried to. I actually sort of
I
felt
think it's
sorry,
like the
you know,
Jets and the Patriots.
in the
Like, the Patriots
patronizing
don't
way.
ever think about the Jets.
No, in a patronizing way, though, Kevin, I was about to say, oh, good for you. It was a nice season. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, that sort of thing. But no, but they're you know, the whole, like I live in LA. It's like people like people in San Francisco hate LA with a passion. People in LA don't know where San Francisco is. Right? There's just sort of like, there's this different, you know, not everybody, it's not all size, you know, equal. But with New York, my whole point is the Astros, and I don't know, it's like the Astros feed off of it too. And the Astros are one of these weird teams too, Kevin. They play up or down the level of competition. So, you know, you roll into the Astros into the Bronx, you know they're going to bring it. Maybe you catch them like, you know, against an inferior team. But the thing is, I was going to bring up, Lambert has been lit up by the Yankees before. And he's coming off his worst start of the year, bro. He got lit up in his last start, but he's been pretty good before that.
So, Gabe, it's very funny, but
what about Rodriguez?
Knows how I. But
what's your scouting report on this kid?
On the Lambert thing, Gabe, anybody who knows how I bet, it's exactly why I'm on the under. It's like, oh, Lambert just had his worst start of the year.
Yeah.
He'll be better. Like that is more often than not how I bet baseball. Is this guy has a history of bouncing back. Lambert does. I don't love Rodriguez, admittedly, but oh my God, Trent Grit. Never mind. Oh my God. It doesn't matter. This guy's not a center fielder. It's just not like Altuve does it. Like while we're talking about it. Next topic. What do you like week 0? Give me your Bill Belichick.
So just
breakdown.
I got some hot takes on Belichick and
Dodgers
TCU.
World Series, literally any other subject, Gabe.
Yeah, for the record, Kevin, I'll throw this out. I'll make you feel better. Blue Jays just got out of the first inning, going to the bottom of the first scoreless against the Royals. So the Yankees, I guess it's fitting. Let's just bring it up. Little League World Series. Astros fly ball to center field, and it turns into a Little League World Series adventure. Except kids in a Little League, like World Series, don't get turned around and twisted like that, Kevin.
It doesn't even look like a real
They're
baseball
just bad.
Man.
No, dude, I've said it before, and it gets people can call it.
With this defense thing, I can't stand when you do this. It's my least favorite. And I'm not even saying you're wrong, but it drives me nuts. When you act like the reason the Dodgers beat the Yankees is because of defense, it drives me insane. It wasn't
if
Freddie
Aaron
Freeman's
Judge, doesn't drop a routine pop fly.
They're down 3-0. Oh my God, who cares, man?
Defense matters, Walsh. Defense matters. The Yankees play worse defense than a drunk softball team.
If defense matters, then I better hear you campaigning for PCA winning MVP over Ohtani in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, let him have his little toy. All right? Who cares? Let him have it. All right, get it. Go away. You can go away, PCA. No, defense does matter, bro. That's point blank. It's been a problem for the Dodgers recently. Dodgers have been sloppy defensively as of late. It's cost them games.
I got to tell you, man, the Dodgers.
Look at the Blue Jays last night. They came back late. They scored. We ended up getting 8 somehow. You believe that one last night, Cameron, for the total bettors?
Oh, did it get
5-1? Yeah, they hit a double. They got 2 runs in and then got thrown out at second base. They could have kept the game going. They ended the game with a throw. Lucas got thrown out in a second.
I had the under 8.5 in that Diamondbacks game. It was 4-3, bottom of the ninth, man on, 2 out, walk off 2-run shot.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Goes from 7 to 9. I'm just sitting there like, oh,
baseball,
right?
baby, this time of the year. We're getting our Sasaki bet in here right now. Dodgers, minus 118. Dodgers.
There you go. There you go.
No, but defense, listen, man. Defense matters, Kevin. Got to make plays, right? It adds up.
Stuff's perfect for you. He gets short numbers every start. It's a dream. Like, because you used to only get, like, low numbers on Eric Lauer, right?
And and even Lauer went up to 175s and stuff.
Oh, man.
People, and it's crazy, like, people just don't, right? Once a narrative, for whatever reason, gets in their head, and we've talked about it, right? It was the fact that the Dodgers figured out that he was tipping his pitches, that the opponents knew what was coming a lot of the time. And that was the problem, because Dodgers are pretty smart. Like, we've talked about it. They're one of the smartest, like, operational, sort of systematic. I've talked about pitchers saying that they've learned more things in, like, one meeting with the Dodgers when they get traded there than they learned in years. And it was baffling. Like, the Dodgers could not figure it out. And I don't know how it took them so long to clue in. But since this has started, I mean, Kevin, you look back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's been 6 straight starts of 2 runs or less allowed, bro. Like, it's very consistent.
Yeah, he's actually, like, again, Sasaki's kind of ruined the fun for me. Because it wasn't only you who used to get excited about betting him. I'd be like, this is great. Like, we're going to get an under 9.5 here. But it's just all the numbers have moved too much on this guy. And I'm not saying that, like, it's not bad bets. It's just this. He gets respect now.
They're 6
He's not getting
2.
a lot of respect on the money line tonight, but I think it's Atlanta getting respect
because it's the Braves.
Win yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's the Braves. Yeah,
absolutely. We'll be right back, guys. SportsGrid. Game live back here on SportsGrid. Ben Rice makes this thing 1-1 in the Yankees and the Astros. I wanted to throw, I mean, guys, if you didn't think the Mariners coverage was going to have an uptick after I bet them to win the World Series, you're out of your mind. Plus, Gabe had a nice
How about
winner
that
in
fourth home run?
Phillies game.
How about the fourth home run in a row, fourth at bat last night, right? He hit the 3. Then he hit another one last night to get it going. It was like, oh, boy, here we go.
It feels different. But I wanted to throw this quickly at you. And, Gabe, I want to, in the front end, strength of schedule is not everything. You have to win the games, right? But now that the Mariners are through the Phillies, strength of schedule, okay? The gap between Seattle and Toronto in win percentage, they have the 2 easiest remaining schedules, is the gap between Toronto and the bang average 16th hardest schedule remaining. That is how bad the one thing I wasn't mentioning yesterday with the Mariners' remaining schedule is it's not just the 14 games against the Angels and A's combined. There's also a Rockies series in there, which I was overlooking. Again, they have to win the games, but it like this will be something for us to track. Like 17 games, Gabe, against the 3 worst teams in baseball.
It really is, but how big? And they're all big. But how big is this weekend series in Toronto, guys?
Monster.
The Seattle Mariners at the Toronto Blue Jays.
ALCS rematch.
ALCS rematch, and it's almost like, hey, we meet again, but this time we're both fighting for our lives trying to get in the playoffs.
You know what's
right?
tough
It's
about
have a
that,
playoff type atmosphere. Dylan Cease on the hill on Friday against Hancock.
And Soriano against Anderson. Blue Jays are going to be favored in the first 2 games of that series. And honestly, Miller's lost his last 2 starts by 17 and 22.
Yeah.
Jays
Scherzer wasn't bad last night. And how about this, just looking ahead? It's funny, we're all excited for college football, and we got some real games on Saturday. But as well, the Los Angeles Dodgers are in Detroit this weekend. And, Scooble is set to pitch already going back to Detroit. And, looks like Ohtani's going to pitch on Sunday. What a weekend for Tiger fans. You're going to see Scooble's return and Ohtani in the same weekend. You want to talk about like a big series. Point.
That's got to be I don't want to fall for it. Oh, my gosh. How is that not the Scooble start? Like, let's be real. He's not had, oh, my gosh, we got this guy start yet. Would you agree with that?
So he's starting Friday. Scooble's in Friday.
How is that? I mean, he had 11 strikeouts his last go-around, but he gave up 3 earned.
Yeah, he hasn't had the I'm not talking about perfect game, but you know what I mean? You're right. Yeah. You know, his debut, he pitched well. He gave up 2 runs, but it's not the expectations are higher, right?
Yes.
Like, it's not, 5 innings and 2 runs, or 5 innings and, it's 3-3 when you left the game isn't what we bargained for here. Not what we bought, not what we expected.
They're
right?
2-2 in
starts,
right?
Yeah.
Like, you expect to be better than that.
And he finally got his first win. It took a little while. It took weeks and weeks for him to win a game. But it's all about the big picture. And it's about just getting him comfortable. He's starting to get comfortable. Glasnow last night said, listen, it wasn't perfect, but I feel good. It's all that matters. Said, I feel good. I'm good. Like, let's go. You know what I mean? You need to shake it off. 7 strikeouts last night in a not so good, like, now you got Ohtani coming back into the mix. Like I said, the Dodgers, this rotation's really going to start to come together here. I mean, that's some scary-ass stuff, bro, between Yamamoto, Snell, Scooble, Ohtani, Glasnow, Sasaki.
Here's under the radar.
They can't hit, though. That's their problem. They can't hit.
The Dodgers, and it includes these Braves games, they have the 6th easiest remaining schedule in baseball. That's scary to me. Again, it's because it'll give them probably the confidence that they need. It's weird to say about the back-to-back
it's not about the wins.
Champions.
Yeah. No, exactly. You're right. They need a week, Kevin, of putting up 7 and 8 runs on people, even if it's Colorado or whoever the hell it is. It's like, we put up 9. He's hitting again. Yeah, he's hot right now. Just get it going. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're the Dodgers, you don't want to go into the playoffs where everybody you can still feel the tension. It's not like, Kyle Tucker, Mookie Betts is normally a happy-go-lucky guy. Mookie's like balder than me suddenly. Like, Mookie's lost all of his hair in the last year. Like, I'm telling you, man. Like, the poor son of a bitch is aging, Kevin. I'm like, Dodger fans, leave him alone. You're sucking the life out of Mookie, man. Like, Mookie always look young. You're like, he looks old suddenly, like,
It's usually a two-horse race. Houston or Jacksonville, with Indy on the outside looking in. We're going to find out, I think, rather quickly in the first month, because the scheduling is absolutely brutal this year. And do yourself a favor. Now is the time to start prepping. You talk about contests, Craig, right? Survivor is all about planning.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
I do not think that history suggests the best thing for a quarterback is to start week one. Obviously, you need reps, but we have seen guys sit and benefit from it. I think Anthony Richardson might have a completely different, couldn't have been any worse if the Colts didn't play him his rookie season as the rawest quarterback ever drafted. Like, that didn't help.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
His height, how hard he could throw it, didn't matter. How do you communicate it? How do you look at these guys in the face? An old 10-year vet, right guard over there, and a 9-year tackle that's been. How you gonna look that old man in the face and convince him, hey guys, we're gonna get ready to go down the field. We're gonna score here. Because that's what the great ones do. They walk in the huddle and everybody goes, okay, it's time, let's go.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio, only on SportsGrid.
Ohtani, he's going to be the MVP. The PCA argument, I completely understand. If he ends up winning it, I'm not going to be surprised. I do think it'll be somewhat of the fatigue as well.
Yeah, I can't imagine looking back, Tom, you and I, 10 years and talking about a player in baseball doing what Ohtani's doing and not winning the MVP. I mean, it seems crazy to me.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Okay, guys, back at the right here on a Wednesday night on SportsGrid. We're following the baseball. I wanted to bring up a little college football quickly, though, because I wanted to circle back to something that, I don't know, I feel like Gabe threw out in passing, and I've been thinking about it a little bit more. And I don't know, Gabe, if you've locked in your Heisman picks. I know that you're very interested in both Chambliss and Maeva, and it's very funny on the book that I'm looking at, Gabe, the guy right in between them, I may end up betting in Gunnar Stockton.
Yeah, we talked about Gunnar, yeah.
So I went through that Georgia breakdown, and they're obviously very good, but I didn't love a lot of the Georgia prices. I don't really want to bet this Bulldog team who's not won a playoff game in the expanded format era at the numbers we're getting them at, but the schedule is there for this to be an 11-win football team. The pedigree is there for this team to not just be really good, but to win the SEC. Kirby Smart is still a coach who really cares about winning his conference. And Gunnar Stockton is the star of this show. I think that's one of the changes. A team who historically we think about Brock Bowers, Ladd McConkey. Even last year, Zachariah Branch was a much bigger star, I felt, in terms of the conversations we were having than maybe even Gunnar Stockton. But Gunnar Stockton last year, I mean, this is a guy who had monster games and monster moments. The 44-41 overtime shootout against Tennessee. He had 304 passing yards, 3 total touchdowns, a 92.3 QBR. The home victory against Ole Miss. I mean, a shootout. 43-35. 289 passing yards, 59 rushing yards, 5 total touchdowns. Very good in the game against Bama. It was not his fault, in my opinion, that they lost to Ole Miss. When you think about that quarterfinal loss, and again, that's not going to factor in. Great against Texas. 24 of 29, 4 touchdowns in the air, another on the ground. I mean, the numbers for Gunnar Stockton should be there. The wins should be there. We talked about this upper echelon, Carr, Manning, Mensah, Moore, saying it's all the big favorites. Why is Stockton double the price? That's not something that I'm really following here. So I think Gunnar Stockton, and maybe I'll tack on one of these longer shots, beat a number, cash out, whatever it might be. But, and I'm not saying that the Chambliss picks or the Mayava picks don't make sense, but Stockton is a guy who not only has, this appetizing number, and if you guys in the back can just let me know, because I don't think we have Gabe, just give me a quick idea. Stockton is a guy who is not only, I think, a very beatable number, but Stockton is also someone who I really believe can win this award, Gabe, when I look at the landscape of college football this season.
I like Stockton a lot. We pointed him out earlier in the week. Good value with Stockton. And the thing is with the Heisman, remember, it's a human interest story, right? Humans are voting for it. The media is voting for it. There's a reason why. It's not like we talked about like the favorite not winning since 2014. It's not like every favorite since 2014, guys, has sucked and didn't have a good year after. Mm-hmm. But once you become, the prom king, and once you have the NIL deals, and once you have like the girls and all that type of stuff, you're not as popular anymore, right? This stuff is there is sort of a public perception to this. And a guy like Gunnar Stockton is a nice story that the media will like, right? Never handed the job, waited his turn, doesn't, not a blue chip like these other guys, doesn't drive around in a sports car like these other guys. Like, people like that Joe Six-Pack stuff that he brings to the table. And he's a damn good quarterback. He's super experienced, and he's on a damn good football team that has a chance to win it. We talked about the Heisman Trophy winner generally only can lose like 1-2 games a year, with the exception. I don't think he wins. I think they sort of throw him a bone and invite him to New York type of deal. But I don't hate the play. But a guy sort of in the middle as well that you don't seem too enthusiastic about, I brought him up a couple of times, is the Indiana Hoosier quarterback, Josh Hoover.
Yeah, we're just going to disagree on this one. I get it. Don't you think he has to follow Mendoza a little bit? Like, don't you think there will be some comparison to what Mendoza did?
Yeah, there will be, but I'm going to throw this out here, and I don't like, because I'm not Captain Indiana here, right? So I can't believe I'm going to die on this hill here, but I'm gonna say that Hoover has bigger numbers than Mendoza does. Bigger numbers. That Hoover, they're going to spray the ball around even more now.
Wow.
I mean, Kevin, we're talking about a blue chip quarterback who's a senior, super experienced, has weapons to work with, 29 touchdown passes last year, 65% completion rate, Kevin. And guys, when you throw a 65% completion rate, okay, fine, but it's not like he's a dink and dunk quarterback in that TCU offense. And not to mention, Kevin, he had to carry that TCU team as well. Wasn't the best TCU team, right? He wasn't surrounded. Like, it wasn't the best TCU team. How many guys got drafted into the NFL from that team that he played with on offense, etc.? He's going to be around better talent now. Not that Sonny Dykes isn't a great coach, but, dude, like, we can't dismiss this, Kevin. Signetti just won Mendoza the damn Heisman Trophy. We talk about transfers winning, all these new dudes going to the first year in a new program winning. We know Signetti runs the score up as well, and he's a damn good quarterback. I mean, like you said, like 19-22, 24-33 against Houston. Struggled the one game he did struggle. He struggled against BYU. 34-50 against Iowa State. I mean, this kid can spray the ball around. Now he's going to be in a more disciplined setting. He's going to throw like 3 touchdowns a week, Kevin. Like, Josh Hoover's going to put some big numbers up this year. What, do you think they're just going to run the ball? It's either, do you think they're going to run the ball all the time?
That's what it is.
Or do you think they're going to suck, and last year was just sort of a
No, I think they're really good.
They're not a force.
No, I think they're really good. They're going to win their first 3 games by a combined 140 points. It's that I think they look at Hoover, who, like, one of the big things for Mendoza last year is he didn't throw interceptions at Indiana. And I think they're going to want Hoover to learn not turn the ball over. I think they're going to play smart football. And yeah, Gabe, like, that's what it is. I'm not sitting here telling you I think he's an
and that's why
player.
I said, though, he had to carry the team.
Run it.
Hoover had to carry the team a bit. And let's not forget, big difference, bro. Kids playing in the Big 12, bro. It's an air raid fest. Like, you're going to throw some interceptions. It's going to happen. It's just, like, you know what I mean?
It comes with the territory.
Well, you throw the ball 50 times for TCU. Yeah, you're going to throw some interceptions.
But I think I can appeal to you with this take. Now he's playing Big Ten defenses. Now all of a sudden, Josh Hoover goes to Michigan. It's going to be a little tighter. Yeah, it's tighter spaces, like, better DBs. Maybe I don't want Josh Hoover throwing it 30 times at Michigan against Kyle Whittingham and the boys. That's how I see it. I actually, like, I'll tell you this, Gabe. I really think Michigan can beat Indiana. Like, I think it's a nice schedule spot.
That's the statement,
at their place the week after they play Ohio State. Like, if Indiana beat Ohio State, you've got a real spot to sweep in. And
that's the dream.
Beat them last year.
That's the dream start, right? That Michigan runs the table, beats Oklahoma, handles their business in the other games, and then roll into the Indiana game undefeated. Right? And then that big statement game for Kyle Whittingham, conference statement game for Kyle Whittingham. That's the one thing Cignetti is different now that we're going to find out about, Kevin, right? It's cliche and it's easy to say, but there's a difference now. You're not sneaking up on anybody now. 2 years ago, it was cute. Whatever, Indiana, whatever. They got smoked by Notre Dame. You know what I mean? It was like, yeah, okay. We've seen a lot of teams sort of pop up, like I told you guys the other day. Hell, Northern Illinois went to the Orange Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's not Indiana on a one-off. It isn't. Like, Cignetti's got players in there. They got some money behind them. We're seeing this little quarterback tree that they got going on. They went from Curtis Rourke to Mendoza. So I'm saying, like, I don't think, like, Mendoza might not be the best quarterback that they get there, right? As good as he was. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's college, Kevin. New kids come along. You know what I mean? It's just there's always a new star coming along.
I know we're running up against the break, but that is interesting. Will Mendoza be the best quarterback Indiana ever had?
It's usually a 2-horse race. Houston or Jacksonville, with Indy on the outside looking in. We're going to find out, I think, rather quickly in the first month, because the scheduling is absolutely brutal this year. And do yourself a favor. Now is the time to start prepping. You talk about contests, Craig, right? Survivor is all about planning.
Game time decisions only on SportsGrid.
I do not think that history suggests the best thing for a quarterback is to start week 1. Obviously, you need reps, but we have seen guys sit and benefit from it. I think Anthony Richardson might have a completely different, couldn't have been any worse if the Colts didn't play him his rookie season as the rawest quarterback ever drafted. Like, that didn't help.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
His height, how hard he could throw it, didn't matter. How do you communicate it? How do you look at these guys in the face? An old 10-year vet, right guard over there, and a 9-year tackle that's been. How you gonna look that old man in the face and convince him, hey guys, we're gonna get ready to go down the field. We're gonna score here. Because that's what the great ones do. They walk in the huddle and everybody goes, okay, it's time, let's go.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio, only on SportsGrid.
Ohtani, he's going to be the MVP. The PCA argument, I completely understand. If he ends up winning it, I'm not going to be surprised. And I do think it'll be somewhat of the fatigue as well.
Yeah, I can't imagine looking back, Tom, you and I, 10 years and talking about a player in baseball doing what Ohtani's doing and not winning the MVP. I mean, it seems crazy to me.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Back with you guys right here on a Wednesday night on SportsGrid. Kevin Walsh, Gabriel Morency, following the baseball board. There's a W game live. You know, that soccer fever. Let me actually ask, you were obviously like kind of out on the road. Did you get involved at all, Gabe, with the Premier League? Real Madrid had a game today, which snuck up on me, which really annoyed me because I feel like I should have known they had a game today. But I was curious if you got involved. Yeah, exactly. That's why it really bothered me, is because the way
and it was 1-1 at the half. Game. It was 1-1 at the half too.
Yeah, money to be made in that game.
No, I didn't get involved in the Premier League in week one because, like you said, I was on the weekend. But I did get involved today with the Real Madrid game. And, like, how is this team, like, watching them? Like honestly, is this the most stacked roster ever? Like, it's insane. Like, the level of talent that they have is insane. So they got Vinicius Jr. They got Vinny Jr.
Yeah.
They have Mbappe. They got the Cucurella dude from Spain's buzzing around out there. Jude Bellingham. It's like, so you got the best player from England, you got the best player from France, you got the best player from Brazil.
They have guys who had monster World Cups. That's absolutely true.
Now, they won their first game 2-1, and they won today 4-1, right? It was a 4-1 final. So, like, this sort of, nice little 6-2 start. Mbappe was fired up. I think it's pretty big for him, Kevin. Get that, get a hat trick in front of the home fans today. Sort of get them going early. They were loving him today. You know what I mean? Get them going early. First game of the year. Look, hat trick. I'm on peak form here. We talked about it coming out of the World Cup. If there is a club side, Kevin, with something to prove, what club side has something to prove more than this damn team and the players on that team?
There is not one. There is not one. It's not even a
They need to win the Liga and they need to win the Champions League. Like, there's no even like, one. No, like, they need to win. Yeah.
They need at least one. Anything else is a complete nightmare.
Yeah, even one. Nightmare. Yeah. They win them both. The fans will give them they can have their parades and the accolades will come.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. And I don't know if you were following this at all. And again, you have so much to, but Rodri, Spanish midfielder, he won the Golden Ball. Yeah. Everyone thought he was going to Madrid. Last minute, he flipped and went to Barcelona. So not that, that rivalry needed more bad blood, but now, like, the big move of the summer for Real Madrid burned him and went to Barca. So there's a lot of, heat in the streets, if you will. It's going to be really fun to follow. The Premier League's back Friday. Manchester City are playing. I know you were tweeting a little bit today, just kind of that MLS fever. It had a moment. It didn't last very long. It is what it is.
No, it's, they're losing players all the time. And dude, I'm a Whitecap fan, so I got all excited. We lose Sebastian Berhalter, bro. We're in first place.
We were betting on him.
You know what I mean? Like,
we were betting Berhalter.
They're all gone. Like, everybody's gone. Like, everybody's just like, it's like, I brought it up early. Remember I said, guys, is it just me or it seemed like we're losing more players than we're signing here? Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, there seems to be like this mass exodus. It was good news in a way that the MLS quality was better than people gave it credit for. Right? It's like, well, you can't deny it. Otherwise, like, every one of these guys wouldn't have just signed with these big European sides. Mm-hmm. But it's rated the Whitecaps. Maybe I'm a Whitecap fan and it's hitting me more. But it's crazy, Kevin. And I don't know if you want to support them now or bet against them. But Villarreal, speaking of the Liga, Villarreal have 3 Canadian players on their team now.
Yeah. I saw you were tweeting a little bit about just kind of how the national teams all of a sudden get a lot of that, top club buzz, which is a good sign. It's
dude,
it's the only way people care about the American players.
Jaden Nelson just signed with Bolton. Nathan Saliba just signed with Taj Buchanan is on Villarreal. Saliba's on Villarreal. Aloisi is on Villarreal. Like I said, they got 3 dudes on Villarreal. That's unheard of for Canada. Like, before, it'd be like, we got a dude on the Scottish B team division down there, like, getting a little international action. Like, now it's like, no, we got guys playing in the Liga. Like,
and I'm telling you,
we got dudes spread around here.
We that's exactly how Pulisic became a star. It wasn't because people were following it even all that closely. It's like, wait, he's at Chelsea? He's at Borussia Dortmund?
Exactly.
Like, that's
Americans
the
and Canadians, Kevin. Yeah, like, we don't. It's almost like a band. Like, I don't know the music, but it's like a player needs to be validated outside first. Like, they don't know that Pulisic's a star. They're told, what, he's good enough to play for AC Milan? Oh, he must be a star. Oh, he's American and he plays for, oh, wow, right, he must be a star. It's like, well, he was a star here when he played here, but you didn't pay attention to him, or you didn't know him, or you didn't care. But now that you're told,
it's irrelevant.
Right? It's, you know how many Canadian bands, Kevin, are like good? People don't go see them. It's like, oh, well, no, they're big in the States, so they must be, now I'm going to support them because other people like them now. It's like, well, you could have supported them before other people did.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But people are kind of sheep. They need to be told who to like.
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
I hear you.
That's just that's the way it is. But it makes the the more competitive, the better leagues that you play in. But it is just a little bit frustrating. For the record, the Royals.
Talk to me.
Would this be like the? Nah, they can't come back. They're down like 7-8 games. They can't come back. If they did, it'd be like one of the best comebacks in baseball history. If they made the playoffs,
it happened. It happened last year, I think.
Remember, Kevin, you and I talked about it. We thought they were going to be good coming into the year. This is who we thought they were.
Can I tell you there's something poetic about you have been very consistent in that stop talking to me about strength of schedule. It's baseball. Anybody could beat anybody. And one of the circled series for Toronto of this will be easy is Kansas City. And it couldn't prove your point more.
They're go through the Phillies, the Yankees twice, the Red Sox, the Rays. They win every series, and then the Royals just F them up.
Yes. You're like, bring me Tampa Bay. Bring me the White Sox. Get this Royals team away from us.
It's like, oh, yeah, you're playing teams with losing records. Again, the Royals have a losing record. They've also won 8 games in a row and 9 games in a row now. Whatever. 9 in the last 10. They're red hot.
Red hot.
And you see it with their confidence, guys. You see it with their confidence in the club. Every at bat, they're coming up like they're ready to murder the ball. Now it's bases loaded for the Royals.
It's usually a 2-horse race. Houston or Jacksonville, with Indy on the outside looking in. We're going to find out, I think, rather quickly in the first month because the scheduling is absolutely brutal this year. And do yourself a favor. Now is the time to start prepping. You talk about contests, Craig, right? Survivor is all about planning.
Game time decisions only on SportsGrid.
I do not think that history suggests the best thing for a quarterback is to start week 1. Obviously, you need reps, but we have seen guys sit and benefit from it. I think Anthony Richardson might have a completely different, couldn't have been any worse if the Colts didn't play him his rookie season as the rawest quarterback ever drafted. That didn't help.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
His height, how hard he could throw it, didn't matter. How do you communicate it? How do you look at these guys in the face? An old 10-year vet, right guard over there, and a 9-year tackle that's been. How you gonna look that old man in the face and convince him, hey guys, we're gonna get ready to go down the field. We're gonna score here. Because that's what the great ones do. They walk in the huddle and everybody goes, okay, it's time, let's go.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio, only on SportsGrid.
Ohtani, he's going to be the MVP. The PCA argument, I completely understand. If he ends up winning it, I'm not going to be surprised. I do think it'll be somewhat of the fatigue as well.
Yeah, I can't imagine looking back, Tom, you and I, 10 years and talking about a player in baseball doing what Ohtani's doing and not winning the MVP. I mean, it seems crazy to me.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Okay, guys, back at right here on SportsGrid on a Wednesday night. We are following a baseball board. Salvador Perez, I feel like, has been up with the bases loaded in like 4 different times already in this series, weirdly, against Toronto. This is a big moment here in this game. Big for the total as well, if you played it, Gabe. Did they just chase? I guess Miles wasn't expected to go.
No, it was a
super long.
bullpen
He was
game.
more of an opener. Yeah, okay.
But there's a pitching change. The bases are loaded, and the Blue Jays are up against it here. We'll see. You know, like you said, this game can get broken open. There are 2 outs right now. So it's one of these Russian roulette type of bets that we often talk about. I'm fascinated by the line here, Kevin, in the sense that is the total too low at 6.5? Like, everything is on the line here from a betting perspective almost, right? Bases are loaded, 6.5. I don't know. Buddy drills one in the gap. They score 3 runs. Suddenly the total's 8.5. So, you know what I mean? The Royals are plus 105 right now. They're a smoking hot team. The Blue Jays are in a bullpen game, and they got chased early. They're already going to have to use a million pitchers. You can see the direction this thing is going. So, but there's 2 out. So it's almost like, what do you think is going to happen with this at bat, right? I mean, plus 105 with the Royals with the bases juice right now. They grand slam, everything changes. Like, everything is on the line, like on this next at bat.
1,000%. It's going to flip it. It's interesting that it's a plus price. Like, that's almost, you could argue, Gabe, pretty disrespectful to Salvador Perez, no?
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. Like, when I see this number, I'm like, wow, you guys have a lot of confidence that the Jays are going to get out of this. Considering it, like, we don't have Paul Skeens on the hill. It's not Yamamoto on the hill here right now, right? You're in a bullpen game. Like, you got Chad Dallas. His ERA is 8.22. His whip, Kevin, is 2.09.
Someone should tell this to Salvi when he's trying to figure out.
Oh, yeah. Can you? Yeah. If we were in the media, you're right. Like, I'd love to be a beat guy. You know, Perez, when he came up with the bases loaded, against the guy with the 8.22.
Yeah, they were like, this.
Yeah, it was a pick'em still. It was a pick'em. They thought you were going to get out.
Gabe, did you see the halftime score of this Golden State Connecticut Sun game? By the way, in the WNBA.
He swung and missed at the first pitch, and dear God, 55-27.
Doubled up.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. Every day I like a new team in the WNBA, but like I'm telling you, this Valkyrie team's
You're getting back
They're
in.
good.
You're getting back in.
Yeah. After they beat the Lynx the way they did. Dude, they were like 13.5 on the road tonight.
Like, are there points in this game in the second? I almost feel like there's no points in this game in the second half, right?
And so I'm glad you brought up. We should have brought up earlier. We got into baseball, but like this was the lowest total I remember in a while. It was 151.5.
I almost like an in-game under. It's
160.5 right now. And you're right. Like, Golden State really take the air out of the ball too, Kevin, as these games go on when they're up. Like, they walk the ball up the floor in the fourth quarter. They don't stop playing defense, so they're always hard to score on. They don't give you like, oh, we're up by 30. You're going to get a bunch of free threes on us. No. They still get their hands up. They'll get in your face and stuff. Mm-hmm. That's what makes them who they are. Their coach is a hard ass. She's nice, but like she played. They play D this team. Yeah. Like, she pushes them. 32.5 is the in-game spread right now.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm seeing a 159.5 for that total. I'd love to get like a 161. I thought it was going to be.
So we're at 82 points. 82.
Okay, it was a 160.5. Let's keep looking around here. Book to book.
Wow.
For some reason,
Perez strikes out.
Oh, books were right. Odds makers were right.
So what is it? What did it swing to? What did it swing to? Wow. Blue Jays just went to minus 190.
Wow.
Nearly $1 swing. Just like we said, there was a lot on the line there. How about this though? Sorry, Kevin. How about this though? The total is still 6.5. The total was just 6.5 when the bases loaded.
They basically were telling you that the Salvador Perez bat was over before it started. It's one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen in in-game betting in my entire life.
And they were right. He swung out like 4 pitches.
Yeah, it's a good point. By the way, Gabe, because I noticed like I'm seeing 157.5 in some spots here with this Sun Valkyries total. Like, the books are kind of, you know what I mean? Like,
I got a 160.5, and I would lean to the under. I think there's a reason why.
Yeah.
that everyone else, they could be getting hit, right, with this second half under. I mean, Golden State, they've already got 55 points. Golden State aren't really the type of team, Kevin, we're going to drop 110, 15 on you.
I was just going to say, like, Gabe, like, do we grab 30? I can't even finish the sentence without laughing.
32 and a half with the Connecticut Sun? I can't do it. Can't do it.
It's usually a two-horse race. Houston or Jacksonville, with Indy on the outside looking in. We're going to find out, I think, rather quickly in the first month, because the scheduling is absolutely brutal this year. And do yourself a favor. Now is the time to start prepping. You talk about contests, Craig, right? Survivor is all about planning.
Game time decisions only on SportsGrid.
I do not think that history suggests the best thing for a quarterback is to start week one. Obviously, you need reps, but we have seen guys sit and benefit from it. I think Anthony Richardson might have a completely different, couldn't have been any worse if the Colts didn't play him his rookie season as the rawest quarterback ever drafted. Like, that didn't help.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
His height, how hard he could throw it, didn't matter. How do you communicate it? How do you look at these guys in the face? An old 10-year vet, right guard over there, and a 9-year tackle that's been. How you gonna look that old man in the face and convince him, hey guys, we're gonna get ready to go down the field. We're gonna score here. Because that's what the great ones do. They walk in the huddle and everybody goes, okay, it's time, let's go.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio, only on SportsGrid.
Ohtani, he's going to be the MVP. The PCA argument, I completely understand. If he ends up winning it, I'm not going to be surprised. And I do think it'll be somewhat of the fatigue as well.
Yeah, I can't imagine looking back, Tom, you and I, 10 years and talking about a player in baseball doing what Ohtani's doing and not winning the MVP. I mean, it seems crazy to me.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, plus 32 and a half with the Connecticut Sun against the Golden State Valkyries. We're taking a chance here in game, getting 32 and a half. The pregame was 14 and a half. So I don't know. Is that value, Gabe? Like, it's not CLV, but it's a shot.
Yeah, I think it is.
Shot.
I think it's part value, but it's also part pretty degenerate at the same point in time. So it's like worlds colliding. It's like not a lot of people are going to want to get involved in a WNBA game that's 55-27 at the half. Mm-hmm. But getting 32 points, think about it, guys. It's only a 40-minute game. So it's a 40-minute game. It's hard to outscore someone by a point a minute. Like, like overall like that.
Yeah, it's a good point.
And you kind of have to run the score up, like want to run the score up. And Golden State's coach is classy. She's going to take the pedal off the metal as the game goes on. And you could argue as well that, look, Connecticut scored 11 in the first and 16 in the second, Kevin. They played better in the second. I think they're improving.
Trending up. Great point by you. They did give up 3
They gave you 20 points in the third you're covering.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the barometer. It's like, can you give me 20? Can you give me 20, in this quarter?
It's a bad barometer.
I almost don't want to say wait, but I'm almost thinking, what if Golden State come out? Just one little early run just to keep it going a little bit. Get up by like 40 type of deal, and then maybe we can get like 38 and a half or something.
I'll do it. You'll know I'll keep clicking because I already bet the 32 and a half. What I did with Haul In. You had me betting the TBT tournament. What?
Yeah, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. If I get 35, 37 or something like that, I'm paying attention. I'm monitoring the situation. monitoring the situation.
It's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
It's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Speaking of DGen stuff, I saw, it's really funny, obviously, with us doing the show together. I saw a piece of news today that made me think of you that really shouldn't, which was that the Pro Bowl was getting canceled. But the reason it did is because you're the only person I know who go, oh, come on, I just lost something to bet on. You're the only person who would be like, come on. I've been betting skill games.
We lost it a couple of years ago. Let's be real, right? Yeah. It hasn't been the same. It's too bad. One thing I'll say is the flag football, the players actually enjoyed it. And it was almost, all right, they actually tried, which was okay. But, I don't know if I'm sure you saw it today. I retweeted it like all the old heads had to. In our day, and sad in my day when they were tough, classic moment. Sean Taylor murdering Brian Moorman, the punter of the Buffalo Bills. AFC ran a fake punt in the Pro Bowl. Washington Redskins at the time. Sean Taylor, may he rest in peace. Absolutely, just lit him up. Lit him up. There was the famous story with Buddy Ryan, if you guys remember years ago. So Buddy Ryan, former head coach, he was the defensive coordinator of the Chicago Bears, the Bears championship teams. His father to Rex Ryan and all that, and the other one. But Buddy Ryan, I don't know if you know the story, Kevin, with the Cowboys and the Eagles. Actually, you're an Eagle fan, so you probably do. But when Buddy Ryan was the coach of the Eagles, I like that Eagle team with Reggie White and Brown and Andre Dirty Waters and Randall Cunningham, Keith Jackson. Great, great fun team. But before the game, Buddy Ryan told everyone in the room, I'm going to give $500 to anybody that lights up Zendejas. And everyone in the room was like, the kicker? And he said, yeah. He goes, get him on the opening kickoff if you can. He goes, just smoke him. And he goes, I'll give you $500 after the game. And everyone's like, all right. So he put a bounty out on the kicker. But they asked him, they said, Coach, why do you want to get the kicker? Buddy said, I was coaching a Pro Bowl, and this son of a bitch missed a kick, and he cost me a $20,000 winning bonus.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
That's what I'm saying. Pro Bowl mattered. You know what I mean? They wanted they didn't make all that money in those days, Kevin. You know what I mean? So Buddy Ryan's on the sidelines thinking, man, I'm gonna buy a new boat or something. Let's win this game.
Sure.
So same with Sean Taylor. He said after, he goes, I don't give a damn if it's a Pro Bowl. He said, I'm not letting a punter run on for a first down on me, and not running a fake punt for a first down on me. I'm gonna hit you. There's the famous Pete Rose in a Major League Baseball All-Star game. Oh, that was a little bit much. Guy ended someone's career. A little bit much. Ray Fosse, right? Pete Rose literally barreled over a catcher at home plate. The guy never played again. But they won the game.
Not what you want. It's not what
Charlie
you want.
Hustle.
It's not what you want. Yeah. I used to have an email.
It was different era. Different era, bro. Yeah. But and I'm not saying in the Pro Bowl they used to all die trying to play, but they cared. It mattered. It was like, no. The AFC's better. We're better than you. No. But what I loved about it from a betting perspective, guys, it was a free over.
See?
I remember I used to put double on the Pro Bowl sometimes when I did on the Super Bowl. I remember once I had $8,000 on the Pro Bowl and I bet 4 on the Super Bowl the next week. I was like, there's no way in hell this isn't going over 82.5. And it would be like, it's 40-40 at the half. Right? It was free money. But the NFL didn't like it because the players started running trick plays and they got cocky. There was the modern era. Because and the last guy to play hard, and I'm just allowed in my rant, the last guy to play hard in the Pro Bowl, J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt had 12 sacks once. It was really pissing me off, Kevin. I bet the over. And then I was like, dude, it's the Pro Bowl. Stop playing so hard. Why are you sacking the quarterback all the time? He kept on just coming off the edge, and he was enjoying it. He was he wasn't smoking the QB, but he was enjoying getting the sacks. He was coming in, bang, 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 one after another. It was JJ, we get it. You're good. All right. You got 7 sacks. We got it.
No, so I want to know here, because again, like I said, I knew that you would miss betting on the Pro Bowl to that point though. And it's the most confident I've ever been that I knew more than everybody else. The 2024 NBA All-Star game. They went away from the Team LeBron versus Team Giannis
I
stuff.
love the All-Star event. Yeah, I love that too.
Gabe, and I try to tell people, I was like, guys, this game is going to go over by 100. I cannot tell you how unprepared they are for it. Now, again, I, didn't have the means, whatever, to bet this thing like, a maniac, but my confidence level was as if I had the almanac. Final score 211 to 186. And then next year, Gabe, I don't know the rules anymore. Like it's semifinals,
but you know what?
40.
You can sort of beat the book a bit because the book doesn't know either, though, Kevin. That's the thing. They have to adjust to the format. But the thing is, look at, dude, and this isn't like a Clint Eastwood, Gran Torino old man rant, but like, I sort of thought with the Pro Bowl type stuff. Like the slam dunk contest now, Kevin, is a joke in the NBA. Like we're at the point, cancel that. Cancel it. Right. What's the point of it? What's the point of it? And it's like, it's not a physical thing.
They changed the rules too much and they bend.
But it's not
like if they should have never made it a flag football game, the Pro Bowl. Like, of course it ended up getting canceled. You caved. Of course.
Yeah, but the players actually tried. I won last year with that flag stuff too. I was actually betting that. And we did it. And that went way over, just for the record. But look at the slam dunk contest. It's the modern athlete, bro. It's only about money. They're worried about their reputation. You're not going to get hurt in a slam dunk contest.
Yeah, I guess not the slam dunk contest.
Why has LeBron never done it? Or Kevin Durant or Giannis, or I can go down the list.
Thing with the LeBron stuff, the time passed. I just don't understand why. Because that's when Michael did it. That's when Kobe did it. Like when they're young.
Yeah, but Kobe did it.
I don't know why Zion didn't do it in his second season.
Clyde Drexler, like all the greats did it.
Yeah.
Dominique Wilkins, like the great. It was like, yeah. And we wanted to do it. Like Larry Bird. You know what I mean? The famous line. I was talking about Larry Bird the other day. The famous line when Larry Bird walked into the NBA All-Star room on a Friday night before the three-point shooting contest. He said, "Which one of you MFers am I going to beat in the final tonight?" He started laughing. And he did. We don't have that anymore. Where other guys are like, screw you, dude. I'm going to beat you.
They all play in the three-point contest.
Dame Lillard walked in off the street and beat him.
Exactly. They all like the three-point contest. Like Steph still plays in it sometimes.
Nah, they wuss out. They'll wuss out.
LeBron's more likely to do a three-point contest than a dunk contest.
That's why I give props. I give props to the home run derby guys. And the home run derby has surpassed the dunk contest as the coolest sort of skills competition in American all-star sports. Because you have real players do it. You have real guys who'll do it.
It's usually a two-horse race. Houston or Jacksonville, with Indy on the outside looking in. We're going to find out, I think, rather quickly in the first month because the scheduling is absolutely brutal this year. And do yourself a favor. Now is the time to start prepping. You talk about contests, Craig, right? Survivor is all about planning.
Game time decisions only on SportsGrid.
I do not think that history suggests the best thing for a quarterback is to start week one. Obviously, you need reps, but we have seen guys sit and benefit from it. I think Anthony Richardson might have a completely different, couldn't have been any worse if the Colts didn't play him his rookie season as the rawest quarterback ever drafted. Like, that didn't help.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
His height, how hard he could throw it, didn't matter. How do you communicate it? How do you look at these guys in the face? An old 10-year vet, right guard over there, and a 9-year tackle that's been. How you gonna look that old man in the face and convince him, hey guys, we're gonna get ready to go down the field. We're gonna score here. Because that's what the great ones do. They walk in the huddle and everybody goes, okay, it's time, let's go.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio, only on SportsGrid.
Ohtani, he's going to be the MVP. The PCA argument, I completely understand. If he ends up winning it, I'm not going to be surprised. And I do think it'll be somewhat of the fatigue as well.
Yeah, I can't imagine looking back, Tom, you and I, 10 years and talking about a player in baseball doing what Ohtani's doing and not winning the MVP. I mean, it seems crazy to me.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, guys, back right here on SportsGrid on a Wednesday night. Happy to be with everybody here as we follow along your baseball board. We jumped in game on the Valkyries and the Sun, taking Connecticut plus 32.5. They made a 3 on the opening
down to 29.5. They opened up the second half with a made 3.
Beautiful.
55-30. They've cut the lead. They've cut the lead to 25.
Yeah, man. Absolutely sensational.
I want to jump in.
I like
total
that.
160 and a half.
They're going to give you a better number or show a little bit of fight, and either way, you're going to be like, perfect. I like what I see here.
You know, as long as we're on DGen stuff, let me just throw this out here because I don't think we'll get back to it as the week goes on. But this is perfect too. I'm going to be on live with Cam Stewart when this game kicks off on Saturday, Kevin. You'll never guess this one. The Munich Ravens versus the Nordic Storm. European Football Association championship game in Austria. I follow the league. And you know what I love about this, Kevin, is they actually had a bye week since their conference championship games.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop.
What, the Munich Ravens? The Munich Ravens.
What time's the game?
Oh, it's beautiful. Saturday at noon. And I'm watching. I'm going to be watching at the same time as the Tar Heel TCU game. For the record, the game's on YouTube. People know I posted the pics and I've even given a link. So I'm like, hey, you can watch the game right here on YouTube. The game's on YouTube.
Yeah, no. If anybody's doubting you, that's insane. They don't know you. But let me just say this: I'm going to do something on behalf of.
I like the Nordic Storm though, just for the record.
Okay. Hey, Gabe, do me a favor. For the noon college football in-game live, don't immediately go to the Nordic Vikings pick. Talk a little bit more about Bill Belichick for me. Do me a favor, okay?
Yeah, we're not gonna. We won't open it up with the EFA. No, that'll be more of a halftime update.
I gotta tell you, I'm not sure I believe you. I'm not sure. Especially if Cam likes
depending on how the game goes, too, right? Because you know I'm not my eye on it. If it's going well, I'll just sort of look away. But if it's not going well, I'm gonna be like, son of a bitch. I followed this league. Both teams are 10-1. Both teams are 10-1. They're playing each other in a championship game. They both murder each other every game. Home run Astros.
Yeah. I don't like that you're getting this game.
Dalton Varsho.
I'm used to
Blue Jay.
I don't like it. It's just
you don't
not
like when I give you Yankee updates. That's right. Yeah. You the other game. I'll go back to the Blue Jay game. And the Dodgers are up 3-1. Dodgers are up 3-1.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't get the Tommy Edman home run update. I don't know the Blue Jays. You're right on it with a Dalton Varsho solo shot. 2-2 now.
You know what it is though, Kevin? I'm sure you do the same. Yeah. And it's funny with football back. Don't you? For me, I watch the game that I'm losing the most.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
That's interesting. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Guys from as a better. So I'm a Dodger fan. They're up 3-1 right now. I don't know, whatever. It's not my concern. And plus, I'm a fan. I take Dodgers evidence. It's not my concern. My concern was, I'm like, damn, I'm on the Astros and they're down 2-1. So I was watching that game. It's like, come on, Houston. Yeah. Right? Okay. All right, Houston just tied it. Now I just popped over to the Blue Jay game. But so it's miserable, though. I've always found my whole life I've ruined, NFL Sundays and Saturdays. Because it's you're winning 3 games, but you're watching a game I'm getting killed in. I'm like, come on, man. And I can't stop watching a game I'm losing. I don't check back in. I'll check back in. I'm like, no, I got to pull it. I got to root them in here somehow. I got to will this in here somehow.
If you have a game where you're like, all right, so I already won this, right?
Nothing if you're winning a game 21-0, you're going to watch, you're going to flick to another game, and you got money on it's tied or something.
Yeah, and see, I believe in that. I once had someone tell me, they're like, what, do you think the score is going to be different if you watch it? Yes, of course.
Potentially.
I got to be locked in. I mean, it's also I need to know why I'm losing. How much of this is my
it's
fault?
Not so much
how much of it is everybody else's fault?
Our press doesn't change it, but I got to see what's going on here. Why, what, and then not to mention, for in-game adjustments as well. So for the record right now, suddenly Okamoto is up right now for the Blue Jays. Runners on first and second, nobody out. What I don't like about this game all night, dude, and you can make an argument right now, guys, for, and here it is. I was just going to say you can make an argument for the Royals now. There's an out. They got the lead runner out with a ground ball to third, but The Blue Jays are too heavily favored all night in this game, Kevin. They just went up to minus 340 with runners on first and second with nobody out. It just dipped to 230 right now. The Blue Jays don't hit. The Blue Jays also leave a million runners on base, like every damn inning. You watch a lot of Blue Jay games. I remember the other night you said, man, every inning the Blue Jays have 2 runners on. They never score.
It's funny, but it's a little, I don't know if funny is the right word, but there are a lot of times I feel where you'd be like, you know what? Now's a good chance to get on Toronto. This Royals series you're like, nah, I can't. There's a lot of times, Gabe, you're like, I'm not worried about the number. They're going to win the game.
If I wasn't like, I'm not a Jay fan, but I kind of am. But like, if I took this out of it, I'd be like, KC is the play. That's my whole point. They're a smoking hot team. Yeah, it's a scoreless game, and you're giving them plus 175 right now. Well, that changes everything.
Uh-oh.
Nathan Lucas, 3-run shot, 3-0 Jays.
My man.
The computer is on tonight, eh, Kevin? The baseball algorithms, these bastards are calling everything before, bro. They really are. I'm like, why are they 340? 3-run home run coming.
I told Gabe
Salvador Perez at home plate. Bases loaded.
Is responsible for one of my favorite moments of the baseball season because he played like 2 good games against Philadelphia. And John Kruk's like, this is the best baseball this guy's ever played in his life. This is ridiculous. Like, basically, Nathan Luke shouldn't be allowed to contribute to winning baseball.
I thought Crucker would be nice to him. Like, said, good grinder type thing. No, he had a good year last year in the playoffs. He was good in the playoffs.
He was leading off in the World Series. And John Kruk's like, this guy's never played good in his
never
whole
played
life.
Good. It's like Kruk. Yeah, he was in the World Series last year. He's a leadoff hitter.
It's like, biggest at bat of his life. This kid comes through. What are the
And not
chances?
to mention, I think he was hitting off the top of my head. I think he was hitting like 400 at one point.
Yes,
like he had a great postseason. Yeah, he had a great postseason. Yeah,
100%. That's why I loved it. The Warriors announcers used to do that. Like a guy.
I love the passive aggressive of the homer calls.
Yeah.
It's the best thing the Marlins have ever done. Yeah.
It's usually a 2-horse race. Houston or Jacksonville with Indy on the outside looking in. We're going to find out, I think, rather quickly in the first month because the scheduling is absolutely brutal this year. And do yourself a favor. Now is the time to start prepping. You talk about contests, Craig, right? Survivor is all about planning.
Game time decisions only on SportsGrid.
I do not think that history suggests the best thing for a quarterback is to start week 1. Obviously, you need reps, but we have seen guys sit and benefit from it. I think Anthony Richardson might have a completely different, couldn't have been any worse if the Colts didn't play him his rookie season as the rawest quarterback ever drafted. Like, that didn't help.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
His height, how hard he could throw it, didn't matter. How do you communicate it? How do you look at these guys in the face? An old 10-year vet, right guard over there, and a 9-year tackle that's been. How you gonna look that old man in the face and convince him, hey guys, we're gonna get ready to go down the field. We're gonna score here. Because that's what the great ones do. They walk in the huddle and everybody goes, okay, it's time, let's go.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio, only on SportsGrid.
Ohtani, he's going to be the MVP. The PCA argument, I completely understand. If he ends up winning it, I'm not going to be surprised. And I do think it'll be somewhat of the fatigue as well.
Yeah, I can't imagine looking back, Tom, you and I, 10 years and talking about a player in baseball doing what Ohtani's doing and not winning the MVP. I mean, it seems crazy to me.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
Oh boy. All right, back there right here on SportsGrid. Connecticut Sun hot start has been met with a little Valkyries run here, 71-42 right now. That game's trending way, way, way over as well.
Thank God football's back, huh?
Yeah.
And I don't say that because you and I both love the WNBA, and I'm not going to stop betting it just because football's back, but like we've made it pretty much through the dog days here. Like, yeah, you're stressing out a plus 32.5 play here with the Connecticut. So, you're like your biggest concerns, like I said, at least like 2 weeks from now, I won't be a concern. You know what I mean? You'll be like on to bigger and better things. You know?
Exactly. Give me an idea tomorrow, Gabe. Because we're live tomorrow, guys. Same time, 7 to 9. Okay,
yeah.
And
we'll
just
sort of set the landscape.
We'll have W, but if you've been following us, not just all week, but like kind of throughout the month, Gabe's been doing the countdown to college football season. And I kind of told him, I go, does he not know when the games are Saturday? And it's like, no. Like, we've got FCS action on Thursday. What are like the big games here, the big games, or whatever the games you're betting? Like, give us an idea of how you're looking at this slate. We're 8 to 10. I completely lied to everybody. We're 8 to 10 tomorrow.
So what's NFL? So we're 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Preseason night tomorrow night. Yeah.
Yes.
8 o'clock tomorrow. Patriots and Browns in Cleveland.
The Browns playing nobody.
Patriots 2.5-point favorites. Steelers and Bills tomorrow, but that kicks off at 7. 49ers and Raiders tomorrow, and the 49ers have become the Raiders, actually, right? Like, what an offseason the 49ers have had, huh? Their coach caused a car accident they kept secret for 3 weeks. And now their owner gets picked up. And I got to tell you, too, you know that police profile people in Yankee hats. I know someone that worked in an airport in like high-level security at the airport, and they once told me like the list of people that get profiled. And she told me, she goes, yeah, Yankee hats actually do. She goes, you'd be surprised. Like, she goes, like half the people wearing Yankee hats always are up to something. And owner of the Niners, of course, when he got busted in the trailer park, what was he wearing? New York Yankee t-shirt. I got a kick out of that. The randomness of him wearing a Yankee t-shirt. Like, I guess he was trying to blend in, a man of the people. Steinbrenner was big in Ohio, though, right? So, but see, if you're the Niners, yeah, your owner, your coach caused a car accident. Now you got your owner caught in a little bit of scandal. Your players get hurt every day because you practice next to a power plant station or whatever the hell, a nuclear plant. You know, they're a hard team to buy into right now. But I love Shanahan. And I got to tell you, it took balls of the San Francisco media, but they're not scared there. So they asked Shanahan, what do you think of the owner getting arrested? What do you want him to say? What do you expect him to say? And he gave a great answer. He basically said, listen, I'm friends with him. I'm friends with his wife. He goes, this sucks. And he goes, very difficult situation to be in. And then he goes, you know, I got in a car accident. He kind of owned it all. He was like, and somebody said, what about the team? And it was just funny as directions. He goes, the guys on the team don't care about any of this stuff. That's true. That is true. So I don't think it affects them on the team so much. But they're on TV tomorrow. They're playing against the Raiders tomorrow as well. We'll see what happens with Mendoza coming off the pick 6. But college tomorrow, guys, it's a D-Gen special night tomorrow night. And couple of spots here. I think the game of the day, Kevin, is Central Arkansas and UT Martin. UT Martin are ranked, the top-ranked team coming in here in the Ohio Valley. Central Arkansas are a good team. Tennessee Martin are 2.5. I'm going to hang my hat tomorrow, guys. We're going to have a couple of picks tomorrow here. LIU, Brooklyn, North Dakota kickoff at 8 o'clock tomorrow night as well. But home field advantage doesn't matter much in sports anymore, right, in pro sports. It's not even a debate. Right, they used to add 3.5 points to home field in the NFL. Now they add 1.6. Baseball, home field, whatever. Some teams, it's kind of if you're good, you're good. Basketball teams lose on their home court all the time. College sports is kind of the last thing where home kind of matters. And I think the bigger the level, the bigger the conference, that home field means less, right? Michigan winning Columbus, like whatever, dude. It doesn't matter. We beat them. Like, big-time programs don't care about the road. I think, Kevin and everybody, this stuff still matters, bro. You know, you're LIU Brooklyn. You got to go to North Dakota. You're not as good as they are. You're going to North Dakota. It's not as if, though, like they have a big airport. You're landing right next to the stadium. It's not easy to get there, right, if you're these teams. I think the road teams are in trouble tomorrow. It's their point.
It's usually a two-horse race. Houston or Jacksonville, with Indy on the outside looking in. We're going to find out, I think, rather quickly in the first month, because the scheduling is absolutely brutal this year. And do yourself a favor. Now is the time to start prepping. You talk about contests, Craig, right? Survivor is all about planning.
Game time decisions only on SportsGrid.
I do not think that history suggests the best thing for a quarterback is to start week one. Obviously, you need reps, but we have seen guys sit and benefit from it. I think Anthony Richardson might have a completely different, couldn't have been any worse if the Colts didn't play him his rookie season as the rawest quarterback ever drafted. That didn't help.
In-game live only on SportsGrid.
His height, how hard he could throw it, didn't matter. How do you communicate it? How do you look at these guys in the face? An old 10-year vet, right guard over there, and a 9-year tackle that's been. How you gonna look that old man in the face and convince him, hey guys, we're gonna get ready to go down the field. We're gonna score here. Because that's what the great ones do. They walk in the huddle and everybody goes, okay, it's time, let's go.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio, only on SportsGrid.
Ohtani, he's going to be the MVP. The PCA argument, I completely understand. If he ends up winning it, I'm not going to be surprised. I do think it'll be somewhat of the fatigue as well.
Yeah, I can't imagine looking back, Tom, you and I, 10 years and talking about a player in baseball doing what Ohtani's doing and not winning the MVP. I mean, it seems crazy to me.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, guys, back at the right here on a Wednesday night. We were talking a little bit about that college football board. That NFL preseason slate sneaks up on us as well. So we're live 8 to 10 tomorrow, 8 to 10 tomorrow, 8 to 10 tomorrow. Almost, I mean, you could argue a little disrespectful. 7 o'clock Bills Steelers kick, but that's all right.
Yeah, a little disappointed.
You got to love this. You got to love Joe Brady. I got to see the preseason demon. You got to love this. 2-0.
I was on record. Love the hire from day one, Kevin. We're on record. We're as long as we keep winning, we're on record. But no, I do like Brady a lot. I like the hire. I thought it was a good fit. I didn't want to go outside the building. I didn't think they needed a whole new. They just needed a tweak, not a whole new sort of format, so to speak. It's Josh's team, right? So let's let Josh run the team. He's buddies with Brady.
They're having a very quiet camp. Like, I feel like every team has like one injury or one storyline.
Yeah,
I don't feel like there's anything going on in Buffalo. I don't see highlights from the camp. Like, if you told me they didn't practice, I'd believe you.
They got beat. You know, DJ got beat up in a preseason game a little bit, but I was going to say it's positive, Kevin. That they don't have the same pressure on them as it seems like in past years. It sort of alternates every couple of years with them, right? Everybody picks them to win a Super Bowl every 2 years, and there's all the pressure on them, and then everybody gives up on them, and it's like rinse and repeat all the time. But really, the biggest story from Bills camp has been their stadium, which I think is a good thing, right? It allows the team to just sort of, gel and come together right now. But nothing but positivity. I'm telling you guys, I think that Bradley Chubb was one of the best non-discussed or underappreciated acquisitions in the NFL. And I stand by this hot take that people are talking like the Buffalo Bills defense is like like it's Baylor or something. You know what I mean? Like they're going to play like 50, 45 games every week, Kevin. Well, that defense. What did McDermott do? He was a defensive guy. What did he do?
Man.
No, you know what I'm saying?
Funny.
No, how many times you heard, the Bills defense, the Bills defense.
Here's the thing.
Like,
I fit that description, but it's still a very funny way to put it. I can't get mad at it.
They're the ones that popped in my head. I was trying to think of a team, but I was like,
perfect.
yeah, Baylor.
It's perfect. No, it's perfect. Perfect. Like it's but I fit that description. Like I'm laughing at myself. Like, yeah, I do think like Gabe, you might like catch me on a different show. Be like, the Bills are like Baylor. All offense.
Oh yeah, you're gonna use this now. You're gonna drop this. The Bills are the USC Trojans. I should have used that.
USC, it's coming.
They kind of are a little bit, but like McDermott for a defensive guy, the defense wasn't great. I get it, but you bring in Jim Leonard right now. Did a great job with the Denver Broncos. Jim Leonard has a pedigree and history with the Buffalo Bills as well. Played there, Kevin. Like, there's a lot to like. Flying under the radar. I think the DJ Moore acquisition is a lot better than people give it credit for. I think the Bradley Chubb pickup was a lot people give credit for. A hot take out there for fantasy players. Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman's the number 3 wide receiver on the depth chart. Keon Coleman messed up, bro. All right, he was late for practices. He was aloof and kind of a, kind of a kid, modern kid. McDermott had no patience for him, right? So instead of like working with the kid, McDermott went right into, I'm going to throw the kid under the bus to the media and publicly humiliate him. Okay. All right. But we just took this kid like early in the second round and we traded our first round pick. So he's essentially our first round pick and he is good. So you want to give up on him right away or you want to coach him? You want to figure this out? Sean Brady, bro, took like the good cop approach. You know what I mean? You're going to be a part of this offense, Keon. We love you. Just work with me here, bro. And suddenly Keon's showing up early and stuff, right? And suddenly they rewarded him. Yeah, you're number 3 on the depth chart, Keon. It's pretty impressive, Kevin. You got DJ Shakir, DJ Moore, and freaking Coleman. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's earned his spot now. He's going to be good. Caught the first touchdown in the new stadium as well. You know what I mean? Josh went to him. Boom. Caught it. First touchdown. I know it was a preseason game, but I'm just saying I like the Bills camp so far since you asked.
Well, no, listen, I think it's relevant. Here's what I'll say with the Keon Coleman stuff. The Bills' success doesn't depend on if he is good or not. But it does show that Joe Brady is sharp, right? Because let's be real here. Joe Brady was not a 0% part of them benching Keon, I'm sure, right? He's in that room. He's the offensive coordinator. But good cop, bad cop exists for a reason. And Joe Brady saw an opportunity. Wait a minute. The top 40 draft pick. I'll just blame the whole thing on Sean. Hey, Keon, now that I'm in charge, this is going to go great. I believe in you. You're talented.
Yep.
Let's make this work. Why wouldn't you? So it shows that Joe Brady is again, things are off to a good start. There's no other way to put it right now in Buffalo. It's good vibes. People are
so
healthy.
far so good. So what? Right? It's all about It's about hey, week 1. Not even about the big picture. I was going to say it's about the Super Bowl. No, it's not about, but the Super Bowl only for the Bills. They don't have that. You could say that about the Dodgers. You could say that about the Carolina Hurricanes, right? You could say that about the New York Knicks coming into this year. Yeah, it's about, what are they going to do in the playoffs? If you're the Bills, you don't do well in the playoffs if you don't win regular season games. Like, there's no guarantee the Bills, would win even if they had home field advantage. But I tell you what, the Bills' path to the Super Bowl would be a hell of a lot easier if they got that. We play 2 games at home to get there.
Absolutely.
It's just facts, right? Last year they went to Denver. They played their ass off. They lost. Again, close one, but don't play in that game. Play in Buffalo. Only play 2 games. Figure it out. Those games count. You want to win a championship. You win a championship now. You win a championship in September. You just don't get to hoist the Super Bowl in February. You got to earn it to get there.
And let's be real. They play one of the most important AFC games to open the season, right?
Massive.
How many division favorites play each other week 1 of the NFL? Is this the only game between divisional favorites? Because obviously you have some teams in division, but I'm pretty sure this is it. So
they have not fared well in Houston in their history either.
No. But I was telling
somebody.
And
how about this? How about this, though? Dude, this is the Bills' schedule to start the season. Bills at the Houston Texans. So preseason favorite, one of the best teams in the AFC. People question C.J. Stroud, but They're a stacked roster. They're healthier. They have an awesome defense. They're loaded with defensive talent. They have a good coach. They're a damn good team.
Yep.
All right, then you open up your new stadium 4 days later on a Thursday night. That's the thing with the Bills that bothers me, Kevin. We get treated like we're 3-time Super Bowl champions. Right? Like, no, it's true. Like, well, you're in prime time. You're going to play on Christmas. You're going to play here. And listen, I love Josh Allen, but even like, somebody in BC got upset because I criticized the quarterback of the BC Lions once for getting hurt. And the guy's like, oh, how could you? I'm like, dude, see what I say about Josh Allen? Like, calm down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like Josh Allen now signed a new deal with Pizza Hut and Pepsi or whatever the hell. It's like, all right, dude, you've got it all. You've got it all except this. You don't have a ring. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about your Mountain Dew deal or whatever the hell your deal. Like, good for you. You got married. Okay. Doesn't help, like, Ralph the Buffalo fan, that lives in Amherst, like life. Win a goddamn Super Bowl. And you got to win these games. And I'm not calling them out. I'm just saying, like, there's work to do. And the Bills get treated like the highest ticket price now in the league. Man, people don't make that much money on Buffalo. What are we doing? Right? It's like I said, you're charging these premium prices because, we're popular. Yeah, but we never won. Oh, we have a new stadium. Yeah, the taxpayers built it. You didn't pay for it. Like, a lot of the stuff bothers me about it. But you look at the schedule, Bills at Texans. Then they got to host the Lions 4 days later. Then they get the Chargers in Buffalo. Then they host the Patriots. Then they play the LA Rams, bro. That's an insane first 5 games of the year, Kevin.
But it's important to know that stuff because if Buffalo start the year 2-3, you can say to yourself, I'm not panicked. I have 4 Jets-Dolphins games left.
Oh, yeah. Then it's stockpiles. Yeah, the beautiful part is then it gets into Bills-Jets, Dolphins-Bills, Chiefs-Bills, Bills-Patriots, Bills-Packers. Bears-Bills. It's not good. Yeah, basically, Kevin, all you really have to hang our hat on is the Jets and Dolphin games.
Braves Dodgers, big update here, guys. All right. And no, it's not just because Atlanta's up 4-3 in this baseball game. It's because Roki Sasaki left this game early. And this is one of the stories, we've talked about it with the Dodgers, that sometimes they can't fully escape the injury bug. And I didn't see it. I don't know how concerning it is. We're a ways away from playoff baseball, but they're losing this game in part because Roki Sasaki, even though he's getting credited with all 4 runs, was only able to give him 3 1/3.
I was about to talk about, once again, he's rolling along. So we see it's been an adventurous...
You have any video on this?
Yeah, I'm looking right now. So, number one, he nearly got smoked with like a line drive. So I'm thinking, what, did he get injured here? And he twisted his ankle and fell off the mound. Okay. He fell off the mound, but he was okay, and everyone was getting a big laugh about it after. But the official, it's not official here. I'm looking right now. It's from 1 minute ago with the video. He's got a blister. Did so you see him dodging the ball? So I'm like,
did you see the Gabe's gonna freak out. You want to talk about starting where we finished or finish where we started? You worrying about baseball defense? The Talkin' Baseball account has it. If it's a little bit easier to find, you're gonna be furious.
No, dude, I told you the Dodgers defense has been subpar for the last couple of months. And number two,
that's
anytime
worse than the
Kevin
play, he overran a baseball.
No, listen. I'm going to tell you right now, but anytime a ball is hit to Teoscar Hernandez, any Dodger fan holds their breath.
Oh, man.
He's a menace, Kevin. He's a menace.
Goodness, dude.
Yeah, I've seen it like, yeah. So, look, he got there. He overran it. He literally went off his head. It was kind of a tough play, though. I'm not going to rip him for that. Like, I almost didn't expect him to catch it in the first place, but it led to a bunch of runs.
He did a good job getting over to it, right? And now we overran it.
It was a hard play. Dude, it was hitting an awkward wall. Look, dude, he was right near the wall. Like, I'm not going to rip him for this. Grisham was worse. But Teoscar Hernandez is one of the worst defensive players in Major League Baseball. He's a problem.
Not good.
No, I said it before. I liked it when Mookie Betts was in right field.
Yeah. Mookie Betts,
but there's no room for him to DH.
Baseman is like one of the weirdest things that's ever happened to me in baseball history.
And shortstop, whatever. He can just do anything.
So random.
He'll like, yeah, but the thing is, he was playing and they won the World Series with him, and he was so good defensively out there. It was such a difference. Like Mookie Betts, whatever. It was just such a difference where stuff like, you know what I mean? Like stayed singles instead of turning into doubles and stuff, Kevin. Like, people think of defense, not just like, all right, yeah, a little gaff here with him and stuff, but no, like slower, if you're bad at defense, a little line drive to outfield, you know what I mean? You don't take the right angle. Runners know it. They know, he's going to be slow on his angle, or he's going to be wild with his throw coming in. Teoscar's bat makes up for it. But as much as I love him, every year with the Dodgers, Kevin, they're sort of like, all right, we love you, and we're winning, but you got to go. Like, it sucks. Like, you got to kick someone out of the party. You know what I mean? Like, Jack Flaherty cried. Like, he basically told him, I don't want to leave. And they were like, sorry, Jack. You're from L.A., but you're going back to Detroit. Yeah, you help us win the World Series, but, like, you can't stay here. You got to go. Like, you know what I mean? Teoscar's been that guy, Kevin, for like a year or two now. Like, you always hear his name in trade talks all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's always like, like, why not, why do you think they brought Kyle Tucker in? They're like, we got problems defensively. We need another outfielder here. Paz has been good too. They need another outfielder. But thing is, Teoscar comes up with big hits. His bat is starting to slip. He's getting older. It is what it is.
Yeah. Because you get in a playoff series, and when the seventh hitter's Teoscar Hernandez, you're like, what?
And he cranks a 2-run shot for you, and everything's fine. Yeah. And you're like, all right, there we go.
No, that's and again, that's why the postseason is so different.
And once in a while,
because of the amount of pedigree guys that come up.
Once in a while, he'll surprise you, Kevin, and make a crazy catch out there, too. Where you're like, there's no way. But it's always, like, not intended. You know what I mean? It's like over his head, and it's in an awkward way. Like, the guy should be a DH, just point blank. He should be a DH, but he's out
I don't know if this is because the lockout's coming. I'm not sure what it is, but there's something about this Dodgers team that all of a sudden is feeling last dancey, for lack of a better phrase. Like, I'm looking at this lineup. I'm like, are half of you going to retire in a year? Like, it's just, I don't know, like how much longer is Freeman and Betts and Teoscar going to be around, right? Like,
if you want them to cut half their payroll, exactly. Freddie Freeman already dropped it and goes, yeah, I never thought about retirement before, but I have been now. Suddenly out of the blue, he goes, yeah, I won't be here. Like, Mookie's starting to drop it about, yeah, I won't be here for the
you give
whole
him
time
a year
for Ohtani. Yeah.
Too, right? Like, if there's a lockout, like, they might almost be like, like, I'm good. I'm not coming back.
If you're Mookie Betts, you see Mookie, the guy's good at golf. The guy bowls 300 games. You know what's crazy? That's not even insane. Like a thing like Mookie Betts, what he's going to do
now.
Like post-baseball, he's going to be on the PBA tour. It's going to be insane.
Betts will do whatever he wants to, though, right?
Like Mookie
he's
Betts,
got
though,
that.
like, for people who don't know, Mookie Betts can bowl a perfect game, like bowling. Like, the guy is like a pro-level bowler.
And by the way,
like, he wants to do it after.
Easily do, not Derek Jeter's a bigger star, but you know what I mean? Or like, but like Mookie Betts has a seat available on any broadcast
$20 million a year, whatever. They'll go, yeah, here's a blank check. Join our panel. Yeah. Imagine what these Nets are with the Netflixes and the Amazon money and all that stuff now.
And he should be.
You're
Mookie
a good
Betts
call
knows
by
the
Jeter.
sport very well.
There's certain ambassadors and guys, Big Papi, Jeter, Mookie, you know what I mean? Guys that like sort of like everybody
World
likes. Like,
Series
it's
winner,
Mookie Betts.
big market, right? Dodgers, Red Sox, World MVP. Mookie Betts is a guy that will go to anywhere you want. segment out of nowhere. In-game live on SportsGrid. This snuck up here. Baseball-wise, you've got a first pitch coming up at about 15 with the A's and the Twins. That's it. Everything else is live. Late night W, of course. We're still following along with our Valkyrie's Sun, plus 32.5. It's going to come down to the wire. That's really all there is to it. It's 29 right now. Seattle, Toronto, late. Just a programming note, okay? Actually, a couple of programming notes. It's a good reminder I did this, okay? Tomorrow, 8 to 10, okay? We're going to follow all the football, and I mean all of it. Friday, 7 to 10, even more football. And then Saturday morning, college football today. I'm in the driver's seat. We're back. We're not only going to hit all the games, we'll do all the previews and all that good stuff. And that leads right into Gabe and Cam, exactly how you love it, at noon Eastern, here doing the in-game coverage in Dublin, Ireland. Bill Belichick, year 2, shot at redemption. Very, very excited for what we've got coming up here the next couple of games, couple of days as we ramp it up for football season.
And I've already been warned by Kevin, not too much EFA coverage, but I am allowed to talk Robert Morris Wagner. That's at noon Eastern. But what do you think about North Carolina and TCU? And, I'm glad you brought it up, actually. And you're right. Me and Cam Stewart will be on live at noon Eastern, following Kevin and Craig Mish. But point spread's starting to move right now. Right? Like,
yes.
Let's be real. The public market isn't going to jump in on Idaho and Cal Poly. That'll be for the D-Gens and the Weber States and, Albany, New Hampshire's, before we get to Saturday. But people will be betting this game on Saturday from Dublin, Ireland, noon Eastern, and the monies are coming in already right now on TCU. How high does it get? And how high would it get to interest you to take North Carolina? Or maybe you already like them, but if it's 8.5 now, it probably no one's taking North Carolina. The public are all going to jump in on the Horned Frogs in this game. Should be noted, guys. Texas Christian's quarterback, they lost their quarterback, Josh Hoover, to Indiana, who we talked about. They replaced him, Kevin, with this Jaden Craig kid. 25 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. But you know where he played last year, everybody? Harvard. Step up. Coming from the Ivy League. Listen, Ryan Fitzpatrick was an Ivy League quarterback, right? But
That's true.
Sonny Dykes likes him and says, no, this kid's good. I love him. We're going to, word is they run the ball a little bit. They're going to run the ball, and they got some running backs. But which side are you leaning over, with the Tar Heels and the Frogs?
It's a classic careful what you wish for. And I started writing my notes up for the games. And I was like, man, if I'm patient, can I get 10 with North Carolina? I'm getting 10. I got multiple 9.5s in front of me now. And to Gabe's point, it's Wednesday.
Might get to 11. It's Wednesday. 11.5.
Yeah. This is one of those things, if you're willing to bet North Carolina, which I am.
Wait.
Year 2, I might have to bet this game at 11.56. You know what I mean?
The total, though, how about this? The total's down to 46.5.
I've heard
they played last year. It was 40. That's always the concern, but they always overreact to that.
Yes, they do.
They act like they're going to a different planet. It's Dublin, Ireland. Rain is rain. You know what I mean? Cameron's I remember oh, it's raining. I was like, it's Nebraska. So at Nebraska are going to be freaked out by the rain in the summer in Ireland. They play in the cold in Nebraska.
That's really good. But hold on, think about it like this, Gabe. To your point, right? If
you want to bet 48-14 last year, and the total's 46.5.
Well, wait for everybody to find out it's raining, right?
Let
at
it go
10
down.
a.m. And you get 44.5.
Dude, it's a college game. I don't care if it's raining. Come on, bro. You think TCU's offense isn't going to score?
The unders move too much, I also think. If you wanted to bet the under, you kind of missed your window. This thing's been just getting hit nonstop.
Let me check Dublin.
I believe this total was 49.5, right? So we're down 3 points already, and it's probably going to keep going.
Light rain, it says. I see. Light rain. 5-mile-an-hour winds. Light rain.
There you go.
Come on.
Dribble this thing out.
Yeah.
Gabe. Golden State, Connecticut. Dribble this thing out.
Oh.
You got to see the fourth quarter score, by the way.
Show some class.
The
89.
Gabe,
11-9.
Oh,
yeah.
What did you say the total was?
It closed at 151.5, but it got up to 160.5. Yeah, I said Golden State would walk the ball up the court. Look, they've scored 9 points.
Quarter. 9 points. 9 points.
I'm taking the over in the tempo storm. Give me the
There you
tempo
go.
plus the points. And Kiki Rice over 14.5.
The show is about to begin.
Dude, that's Smiley Kaufman for 61. Wow.
Featuring Smiley Kaufman.
If you're at a local IHOP at a PGA Tour event, you might see Hideki Matsuyama.
Clear up in the stance, strengthen the grip.
His co-host, Charlie Hume.
We've now picked 5 of the last 8 winners on the PGA Tour. Oh, it's going hole. Please go in the hole. Please go in the hole. Please go in the hole. Yes, sir!